So, Gav, a 1-1 draw here on the road at Newcastle Benfield. Do you think it was a fair point?
Yeah. All if you look at the game and the chances, it's a fair point. I've just said to Soph on the radio, they probably created the better chances, but we played the better football, and that was a disappointing thing today. We just couldn't in that final third. We couldn't have that little bit of creativity, that bit of quality to go and finish the game off after going 1-0. The goal came from, we turned defence into attack very quickly. Two good passes down the line. James Bailey steps over the ball, nutmegs the centre half, squares it to Steve-O. Great counter-attack, so good football, but then disappointed not to push on. It killed us with the referee simbing in Calps for asking a question like, how's that not a free kick? And it's disappointing because then we defended for 10 minutes really well. We went back to 11 men, but that's when we never changed. We stopped pressing the fullbacks, which we did well all game really. So a little bit disappointing, but overall a 1-1's a fair point.
You mentioned the goal there, Yorson and Bailey linking up. Certainly not the first time this season. That's quite the partnership.
Yeah, definitely, and I think it's something that it works. It's just a natural partnership that clicks. You've got Duds in there as well. We've got Jim Craig to come back in. Josh Winder, who came on and did well. Finn Lynch. We've got loads of creativity in the squad. It's just trying to get them all on the pitch at the same time. Even Killer. He's rejoined again, so it's getting him back into training, linking up, and little patterns of play.
And Steve-O and James Bailey were replaced just as Newcastle Benfield equalised. Was that precautionary, tactical?
No, we was going to do it anyway. We wanted to get fresh legs on. We thought if we bring fresh legs on, they look like they were tiring at the back. Josh and Finn are fit, running behind, strong. Thought, right, let's go and put fresh legs on, go and kill the game off. Just unfortunate for them too. They were coming on when they just equalised. But, they gave a great account of themselves when they came on the pitch. It was just unfortunate that they didn't get an opportunity to have a shot or finish the game.
And a point on the road can always be seen as a positive, but what do you think's needed to turn some of these into away wins?
As I just said, same as Sophie. Different games. Went to see him 2 weeks ago and we scored 3 but conceded 4, but we weren't good enough that day. You look at Borough Rangers, we were fantastic that evening, and Steve-O gets one-on-one with keeper, and he normally goes round and finishes, but he tried chipping that night, and it's just that little bit of ruthlessness that if we start being ruthless on the pitch, we'll start picking up more wins, and it is frustrating, but we've played all the top 6, apart from Newcastle Blue Star. We've played the top 5 now away from home, so let's see what happens. There's a lot more points to go ahead. Let's see how the rest of the season goes.
And we've played all but 4 of the teams in the division now. Is the Northern League what you expected it to be?
Yeah, it's more physical. It's a little bit more back to front, but we're dealing. We're dealing with it now. The travel, it was a really good journey. I think we were at 1:15 today, so very early. But it is what it is. It's the biggest difference for me in this league is the referees are more lenient. There's a couple of fouls that in the North West Counties were fouls last year, but they're not. So overall, it is what it is. We need to get on with it. We're in a good position, 6th in the league, games in hand on a couple of teams. Let's see how the rest of the season goes.
And next up, we've got Marsk at home next weekend, and we have a good record against the teams around us. Do you think those kind of games suit us?
I think all games should suit us. I did question the mentality after seeing them, because Bertley are below us, beat us. Whitley beat us below us, Seaham beat us and below us. So when we're going away from away, I did ask questions of the lads about your mentality. But like you said, away from home, we picked points up apart from Redcar. And then we beat Gisborough, we beat Shildon. So hopefully that form at home continues. Let's see how we do.
Brilliant. Thanks, Gav.
Thank you, Dan.